And we are live. It's a bit crooked. Let's wiggle this over. Oh, sorry people, I have to get back on the tripod properly. There. That's better. That's better. Okay. We have riders out of Devil's Thumb, which is approximately a mile the direction the camera's facing. I am going to put you on a log for a second, because they still have to go through the gate and go vet check at Deadwood. And I haven't actually eaten today yet, so hang on, wait, so I can get you in the right place, facing the right direction while I stuff my face with cheese for 1 minute. Oh, we're coming screaming in. We've just come down from Elephant's Trunk and we got stuck behind some whole load of vehicles coming out at Red Star. So it was quite slow going for a while there. So I don't anticipate we'll see any riders for maybe the next 10 minutes possibly. But keeping in mind it appears to be Jeremy in the front, I'm not taking any chances. So we're going to go like as fast as we could, basically. Put some cheese in. Put some cheese. But the road into Deadwood used to be really, really rutted and hard to drive. And they've been logging all along the ridge here because of the fire that came through. And the road is absolutely amazing now. And I just did it 10 minutes faster than I've ever done it before, and I was doing it fast than usual anyway. Let me stuff some cheese in, 1 sec. Good.
One?
Yeah. You need to figure out a thermometer.
Oh, sorry.
Let's see what the thermometer says it is. Let's put that. Yeah, there it is. Okay, let's put that in the shade. A quick glance, it appears to be 86 degrees out here, but that may drop because it was in the bag. So it's basically in the mid to high 80s, and unfortunately there's absolutely no shade here except for an umbrella that we have. So there'll be two of us and the Starlink and the battery cowering under the umbrella for the next hour. I can be here until 2:30, and then I have to basically book out of here to drive around to catch the front runners leaving Chicken Hawk. So I'm only going to catch the front runners here, unfortunately. Can you do that? Oh, I'm about to eat a piece of paper. That's not good.
No.
Not juicy. I think that's new done. Not nothing there. Trade. Oh, it's actually getting hotter.
88?
It's now 88. So it's actually cooler in the bag. Okay, let me sit down. Oh, try anyway. Okay, that's better. We are, excuse me while I swallow my cheese. We are live from about a quarter mile past the Deadwood vet check. It's basically right behind this pile of logs ahead of you. So the riders were last clocked at Devil's Thumb, which is about another mile the other side of Deadwood. So in theory, it's however long it took them to cool the horses at Devil's Thumb, ride the mile to Deadwood, get through the vet check, and then we'll start seeing them showing up directly in front of us. We are at mile 56, I think, is this side of Deadwood. This is the Deadwood ridge that, as you can tell from the rather sad trees, that this whole ridge burned. It used to be super, super shady, but unfortunately it burned. And if I spin around this direction, 1 second, down there, so they're going to come, I'm not sure if they're going to come on the road or if there's actually a little single track that kind of parallels the road. I'm hoping they'll be on the single track because the footing's actually better, so they'll be more comfortable. But they basically come out, pop out, and then go onto that single track. Where are we? I can barely see because of the sun. They're going to pop out onto that single track there. That's my car parked. And this road carries on down another, probably a mile, maybe a little less than a mile, to the old Deadwood Cemetery. This used to be a thriving mining town with hotels and stores and thousands of people, basically, and now there's nothing but the cemetery. And then if you look over there, this canyon here, this is El Dorado Canyon, and they go down 3 miles to El Dorado Creek, cross over the bridge, and then climb up and kind of go around this point. So Michigan Bluff is on the backside of that, which is where your next live feed will be after this. Let's see if I can zoom in. It's pretty smoky, actually. It had cleared out where I was. Sorry, get the camera in the right place. It had cleared out up at Elephant's Trunk, but it's. I think the inversion there. I think there's a fire down near in central California, and I think the smoke's just drifting up. It does not smell smoky, and I don't think there's any, big fires close to us here. But I think it's just gradually, filling in all the canyons with the inversion layer. Let me zoom back out again. Faces the right way round. And I'll try and answer questions. Actually, maybe if I come and sit under the umbrella, I'll be able to actually see the...
94.
Oh, it's 94 degrees. Oh my goodness, it's toasty. Okay, let me see if there's any questions before anybody arrives. Yes, they are more than halfway, and they've done the first big canyon when they get out of Devil's Thumb. So they've got the middle-sized canyon and then the baby canyon, the volcano canyon, to go. So it sounds like sound is loud and clear, per my at-home assistant. I haven't seen the stats. I saw who had left Robinson, but I didn't really have any cell coverage between Robinson and here, so I don't actually know who's in the lead anymore. But the last I heard that Jeremy had overtaken people, but whether or not the trackers are all reporting correctly, or whether some of them have turned off, because I think Jeremy's was not tracking earlier. And now it is, but possibly somebody else's isn't. The canyon is so deep and the canyon walls are so steep that I would not be surprised if the trackers suffer a bit. I've GPSed down there a number of times, and almost every time I GPS that stretch of trail, it gives you a slightly different reading because there's not enough satellites to get a good. Okay, so it says that. I don't know if these times... Oh, this is from Last Chance. So it sounds like Cameron... I don't know if you pronounce her name Gateco or Gatco. So I'll say Gateco without actually knowing. So I apologise if that's wrong. Or I could just call her Cameron Holzer. That might be easier. It's easier to say. And one thing I wanted to mention, and I don't know if... Oh, hang on. Where's my list? Where's my list? The Jenna Harrison and Mandy Harrison, I think it's Jenna is riding Lily Creek Kong, who used to belong to Cameron. And I think Cameron had a baby and decided he was too good a horse to be sitting around. So Jenna took him over. And I believe he's going for his 5th finish this year. Let me just double check that. I might be talking complete rubbish at this point, but I think that's the case. Because she's number 4. Where are we? Harrison, Jenna, Lily Creek Kong. Oh no, he's finished 5th. He's finished 5 already. I beg your pardon. And a lot of those were in the top 10. So he's a pretty special horse, that one. He's been going good. If I put you down, you know he'll come screaming down the trail. So, can someone tell me, aka Lucy Hess, how close together the front runners are? Are they within minutes of each other, or are they 10 minutes apart, or... We are at a quarter mile past the Deadwood vet check. Oh, and just for funsies, I'll show you where we actually are. I'm on top of a pile of logs, so I'm about 10 foot above the trail on this pile of logs, so we had to basically come screaming in here. Thank you, Lucy. Come screaming in here, clamber up on top of the pile of logs, so I'll try not to fall off the logs. And I just had knee surgery 6 weeks ago, and the knee does not think this whole thing is a funny joke, I tell you. And it's hot. What are we up to now? 94 still?
No, about 93.
93, so we've dropped a degree. So, yeah, we're in full sun. No shade in sight.
Thermometer shaded though.
Thermometer shaded. Scott's shaded. The battery's shaded. If it starts to overheat, I'll have to dispatch Scott down to the car to get the cooler that I got for it. Yep, the Texas horses are out there. Okay, scrolling back. The coverage, including the scout status, history. Jenna and Kong run the 100-mile championship. I bet they did. Yeah, no, that's a special horse, that's for sure. I should look and see who else is in the front. Oh, minutes. They're minutes apart, according to the tracker. So that'll be good, because the closer they are together, like I said, I have to leave here at 2:30 in order to be able to get over to Chicken Hawk. Oh, here they come. It looks like Heather. Zoom in. Looks like Heather and Jeremy. Oh, and Jeremy's off.
Nice move.
Have a good ride, you guys. So Jeremy more than likely will run, all the way down the canyon from here. If he's off and running already, this next canyon is very trottable, but it's very runnable as well. So I know he gets off and runs a lot. He ran Western States. Oh, no, he's back on again.
Wow.
Flying mount and dismount. Nice job, him. So he's taking it. They are booking it, basically. So that is excellent. I was hoping that if I stood here, I would catch them coming out at speed rather than sort of dawdling out of the vet check. I was going to film originally at Devil's Thumb. And I thought, they're not going to be going that fast because they've got to go in for P&R. So why don't I come just past Deadwood and hopefully they'll be booking it down the road. And that's exactly what happened. I'm just scrolling back in the comments here, make sure I'm not missing anything. Will the umbrellas spook the horses? I don't think so. I did worry about that and I thought about it carefully, but like I said, we're about 10 or 15 feet above. Let me back up a bit so I can show you what it looks like from the horse's point of view. So we're kind of, let me zoom out a bit. It's kind of back from there, so I don't think they're going to notice us basically up here. You know, if we were sitting right next to the trail possibly, but I think we'll be okay right here. That's my gut feeling anyway. It's not scrolling. Is this coming into Deadwood? No, it's just past Deadwood. The Deadwood vet check itself is just the other side of this pile of logs, kind of down in the hole right behind there. So we're maybe a quarter mile outside. Where is the Tevis merch? If you go to teviscup.org, on the right hand side there is a Tevis store button that you can click on. It was cool, wasn't it? Looking for Gale. Yes, I saw Gale. I'm not sure if we're going to catch Gale because I'm not sure if he's going to be in this first hour's worth of horses. If he is, then yes, we'll get him. But otherwise, we're not going to catch him. How come gated horses aren't used more? Well, I can tell you about that. As a gated horse rider, they tend to not have as good recoveries. So, for instance, last year I came into the first vet check on about a 3 a.m. finish time, and I was pretty happy. And then I ended up spending about 20 minutes trying to cool the horse out there. So on hot days, I think their engines just run a little hotter, so they tend to be not quite as metabolically speedy to pulse down. I have to say he was a joy to ride, and we finally went over time at Francisco's at 85 miles. So I was pretty happy we got that far, and he was a joy to ride. But it's they're much harder to manage than Arabians are. Arabians, you sort of feed them 2 mouthfuls of food and throw some water at them and they're good to go. Okay, here's our next rider. This looks like Mark, possibly. I think so. Mark Montgomery on the Mustang. Let's zoom in.
Looking good, Mark.
How many's ahead of me?
2. The Reynolds. Just the Reynolds. Okay, turn you back around again, keep scrolling.
We're down to 91 degrees.
Oh, 91, it's cooling off, lovely. Looking for number 22 and 29 for the UK. I saw them earlier, and again, I'm not sure if they're going to be... If the rider you're looking for is within an hour of the front runners leaving last chance, there's a good chance I'll catch them. If they're further back than an hour, I think I'll probably miss them. Film Dana and the... Yes, Bruce, it's about a quarter mile past where I filmed you that day. I thought if I get out of the vet check, there will be more chance of them moving out. Have we come across any wildlife? I saw a lot of toads leaving Roby Park last night on the road, and I have no idea why, but there were loads of toads hopping about. Otherwise, we saw a skunk. We've seen lots of birds. We've seen lots of insects. Yeah, no, there's a dearth of wildlife actually. Deadwood. All these logs are because they've been logging the entire ridge. Oh, here comes the next one. They've been logging the entire ridge. Who's this? Oh, I think this is Suzanne Ford Huff. She's a Nevada rider. She's probably one of the top riders in Nevada and has been for many years. She rides very steady, does Suzanne. She rides smart. Hey, Suzanne! Have a good ride. Okay, zooming back around again. Yeah, so they've been logging like crazy through here, which, like I said, has worked in our favour because they've now done some nice work on the road. The road used to be horribly rutted, and you really, if you got pulled here, it was pretty bad for your horse to be dragged out again. But yeah, the road you can go 30 miles an hour on the road now, which is astonishing. Oh, excuse me, astonishing. Okay, still scrolling. Hey, Ronnie. In between the water pump and the cemetery. Yes, I'm probably closer to the water pump though. I'm not that far down from the water pump. Let's play to friendly sport. Yes. Again, my aim this ride was to try and show as much of the trail as possible. This one isn't quite as exciting in terms of actual trail, but I figured we'll do a quick. Let me zoom out so you're not looking at the ground. You get to see the front runners at least in action. How many miles is Deadwood from Forest Hill? We are at, I think, 56 miles here, and Forest Hill is at 68 miles. So you can do the math on that. Math, not my fun point. I've only had 2 hours sleep. Maths and names, not happening today. Okay, scrolling. It's hard to see the screen because of the sun. So far, the best way, great idea. The pulse checks, are we going? Yes, thank you. What mile is this? 56. What's the temperature? It's about 94 in the full sun, and this canyon is full sun all the way now. Scrolling. How are the mules doing? You probably know better than I do, because the last time I saw them I was at Elephant's Trunk and I didn't get to see them going through Robinson. Appreciate the appreciation. I'm still scrolling. I keep thinking I'm going to get to the end of the comments. Here's our next one. This is Hailey Estevez on the Rocky Mountain Arabian. Potato Richardson is not racing. He's retired now. Shagan pace, front of the Michael is not too long. Out. Abigail has been pulled. That's too bad. Hello! Why has he got the shade and I'm standing in the sun? Every now and again I get a whiff of breeze. It's so nice. I'm going to shelter under the umbrella for a minute. I'm worried that the phone's going to overheat. Wiggle under here. Ooh, ooh. Try not to stand in front of the starlight. That would be bad. Ooh. There, that's better. Okay, I can read it. So Shane and Peyton are close to the front. Michael's not too long out of Robinson. And Abigail's been pulled. That's too bad. Loads of toads. They were. I assume they were toads. I don't think they were frogs. How is the heat this year compared to other years? What do you think, Scott?
I think it seems pretty warm today.
You think it's, yeah, we feel pretty warm today. It was, I did a lot of heat training last year, so I never felt hot, but I didn't feel great. And I couldn't figure out why I didn't feel great, since it, quote, wasn't too hot. And then people gave me funny looks when I said it's not that hot, because apparently it was extremely hot. But like I said, this breeze is amazing. It's really keeping the things cool.
We're showing 91 now from 94.
Oh, 91. Oh, it's possibly balmy down here, yes. I'm still scrolling. I spoke with Linda and Nikki last night, and I think Linda was a bit overwhelmed by the whole thing. I'll zoom you out a bit. I've had a lot of problems with the Zoom, but it's actually working quite nicely today. So, yeah, it's a big ask to come from the UK and ride this, because this is nothing like riding in the UK. I can tell you that. It's totally different kettle of fish, that's for sure. Oh, 22 and 29 from the UK. Like I said, if the rider you're looking for is within an hour of the front runners, give or take, then I will probably catch them. If they're further away than an hour, I won't, because I need to get out of here to get round to Chicken Hawk. So I apologise for that. I'd love to stay here all day and get everybody.
Do you remember the password for the Sterling?
I knew you were going to ask me that.
No big deal.
Oh. I wonder if I can... I need to get need to get Scott on the Starlink, and of course I can't remember the password, and the password's on the phone. So I wonder if I flick you guys up.
You got it right.
Oh, hang on, not right now. In a minute we'll sort this out. I don't know who this is. This might be Kim O'Quinn, possibly. Hello! Oh, that is Lily Creek Kong. That is the horse I was talking to you about with Jenna. So if I can actually get it in the picture, that would help. That was number 4, Jenna Harrison. The number 4 means she finished in 4th place last year. Let me set back under that one thing. What I'm trying to figure out is if I flick up to go look at my password
Oh, it's
list.
all right. We'll get it later.
Yeah, but it would be good because then I could have you look things up for me.
If you got it, I'll log in.
Okay, let me finish scrolling through the comments. Spurs, you are allowed spurs. You're not allowed. The only thing you're not allowed is a crop to trot out for best condition. But obviously, if you come in with bleeding sides, you will not be terribly popular. So, the person who's at. Is that the person who was at? Yes, this is the same person who was at the 25-mile spot. I haven't. Apparently, I have seen Janice Hiltebridle, but I still don't know what she looks like, and I still haven't managed to actually spot her in real time. But I know she came past. The mules are in full rigging too. Yes, they are. What mile are we at? We are at mile 56. Yes, we are. The riders come out of Robinson Flat. They go down the road. They go on the Pucker Point Trail, which takes you to Last Chance. And from Last Chance, you drop into the Swinging Bridge Canyon and come out at Devil's Thumb, which is about 1.5 miles in the direction we're facing. And then they come through the Deadwood Gate and Go vet check. Rachel Gubbles, I saw her earlier, but I haven't seen her in a while. You guys are going to have to look at the stats because you probably know a lot more than I do. How many entries this year? I believe we started 105 horses.
106, I think.
Was it 106 in the end?
I think that's what the sheet says.
We dropped 2. It was a 106. We dropped 2 and gained 1. So I think we ended up with 10 because that.
This should be right? This should be the last race.
It should be, yes. Yeah, this is where we have problems.
Oh, but it doesn't. It skips numbers, so.
Yeah. Yeah, Lucy says we started 105. Is it alive now? I don't know what that's referring to. Come under the sunshade. If you go to get Tevis merchandise, if you go to teviscup.org, in the top right-hand corner there's the Tevis store, and that would be a place to go. I'm still scrolling. I haven't got to the bottom yet. Kong is looking strong, that's for sure, yes. Oh, whips allowed in America, yes. But again, if you're caught whacking on your horse, you will be out of there pretty damn quick. Who is number 14, please, that we've lost? Will I be filming at Michigan Bluff? No, we have Courtney at Michigan Bluff now. And there's going to be an issue because in past years we've been able to live stream in more than 2 locations, and apparently that is no longer the case. So Courtney is going to pick up the... When I log off here at 2:30, and it is 2:10 now, Courtney will pick up the front runners as they're coming into Michigan Bluff. I'm going to jump back in my car, go screaming around to Chicken Hawk, and catch them as they're leaving Chicken Hawk. And the trouble is going to be is that Michigan Bluff and Chicken Hawk aren't that far apart, so we're going to have to figure out some way to show. We might have to do some static video and things like that. So we're going to figure that out as I'm driving over there. Still scrolling. good weather. Well, it's debatable. It's pretty toasty out here. Good afternoon, Andrea in Arizona. Oops. Waiting for Taser. I will recognize Taser when Taser comes. Yeah, sadly, we don't get nearly the numbers that we used to, but I think that's symptomatic of 100-mile riding in general. If I am at 42.9 miles, how long before they reach you approximately? I am not at 42.9 miles, I am at 56 miles. Yeah, there's just not that many people. So my eyes are going funny here. There's not that many people riding hundreds anymore, which I think is probably one of the reasons. You know, the field has narrowed so much more. So it's all gone quiet now. I was hoping they'd all be close together. Yeah, sadly, the number 81, Melissa Harris with Solar Flame, she was way in the back, and I don't know if they pulled her out at Lion Ridge. We never saw her. We sat there for a long time and waited, and we saw the last rider come through, which was William Davis. And I have a little bit of video of him that I haven't had a chance to upload yet. But yeah, Melissa sadly never got to the 25-mile point. Anne says, do I need anything at Bath Road at 4 o'clock? I'm not going to be anywhere near Bath Road. I'm going to be at Chicken Hawk around 4 o'clock. Oh, Gail got pulled at last chance. That's too bad. So if I had Scott on the Starlink, then I could find these things out. But
Here we go.
Oh, there's another one.
Couple.
Be neat to see the other terrain that horses and riders do, which is why I'm here. This is Rainer Merrow on the grey on the right, and I think Karen Donnelly on the chestnut on the left. I think that's who that looks like. Zoom out a bit. You having a good ride?
Great ride.
Looking
Excellent.
good.
Nice job, ladies. Try not to fall off the end of the log here. Sorry.
Last year's Hagen Cup winner, right?
Yes, very good point. Well spotted, that man. Yeah, so that grey, Clippy, they call her, and she is the last year's Hagen Cup winner. I forgot to mention that. She's a fun, good horse too. So that's nice to see. They're doing good. Turning back around. I'm determined to get to the end of these comments at some point. Where I am at Chicken Hawk, my next spot, which is at 63 miles. I'll show you a little bit more of the terrain there. Hopefully, anyway, if all goes well. Why aren't they riding hundreds anymore? I don't know. I mean, I love hundreds, but they're a lot of work. It means you can't ride as many rides because you have to give the horse more time off. You're more likely to get pulled. So some people who you know, they don't want to get pulled. Basically, they don't want to do hundreds because of that. They're obviously harder. They're a lot more rewarding. I mean, there's nothing more magical than riding your horse in the dark after a long day. It's the most brilliant feeling ever, and I'm sad that more people don't. You do not need a super horse. You need a steady Eddie horse that will just go all day, and you just ride from checkpoint to checkpoint, or tree to tree, or trough to trough, or whatever you end up doing. But yeah, I absolutely love hundreds, and I'm sad I don't have a 100-mile horse going right now. But otherwise, I'd be out there all the time. Yeah, I don't know that horse, particularly in this area, I don't know that horse ownership is down because this area is pretty horsey. But it's the who we've got, Peg Murphy. Peg has done very well at Virginia City, which is a ride over in Nevada that we hold in September. She lives in Forest Hill, so she's headed home. Hello! Peg used to ride this ride back in the day. She's been riding it for many years. She took some time off, I think, to have children, and now she's back again, which is nice to see. So there's a lot of longevity there. She's whooping as she's going through the trees. Another one? Oh, I'm not even going to chance. Is this John? I think this is John. Oops, help if I pointed the camera at John. This is John Perry. He is the nephew of Kathy Perry, who's one of our long-time riders. And this is Diva. This is Diva's first Tevis. Hello, hello!
Looking good, JP.
How's it going, Scotty?
It's hot.
Hot, hot, hot.
You want to borrow the umbrella?
Take it.
I'll run along with you for a while.
I think John's having a good ride today. He's very cheerful. And I apologise if I wobble the camera off the horse. It's because I can barely see the screen. So I'm trying to keep the horse in the centre-ish without keeping the logs in. Okay, turn around. Sit down. Oh. I'm worried the camera's going to overheat because that's always sad. Still scrolling, haven't got to the end yet. There's still, I disagree on the horse ownership simply because there's still a thriving limited distance, 25, 30 mile population, if you like. But I think people aren't willing or aren't able to put in the time that you need to get a 100-mile horse fit. And the thing is, once you've got it fit, you can keep it there and it doesn't require a lot of work, but you've got to kind of get it there in the first place. And you might end up, if you want to ride a lot, you might end up needing 2 horses because you need to give them time off afterwards. I have to watch. I haven't had a chance to actually watch Clippy when I'm filming. I don't really see what I'm filming. I'm just sort of trying to keep the thing in the centre of the screen. In the moonlight. The moon was gorgeous last night. It was so pretty. Yeah, my wish would be for everybody to do 100 and for everybody to embrace the 100-mile distance and get those numbers back up again, because there's all shapes and sizes out there. There's not they are a lot of work, but and Tevis is a breed apart. I mean, there's lots of I'd say there's lots. There aren't that many actually, but there are several non-Tevis 100 miles. I mean, I had a horse who was a good 100-mile horse, but he was by no means a Tevis horse. He was very chicken, He didn't like going in the dark, didn't like going on his own. He tended to leap off cliffs if he got frightened and things like that. So he was, not a good Tevis prospect. But I rode him at Virginia City 100 and he was absolutely amazing. So comfy. I rode him at 20 Mule Team 100 down in Southern California. And it's like riding a sofa, basically. So yes, I encourage everybody, give it a go. You'd be surprised how well horses can go. I ended up doing it. The lady who was at Robinson Flat, Krista, who was doing the coverage there, she was the one that got me into hundreds because she used to have a very atypical little Mustang. And it was a little cobby, like a 14-hand cobby little guy with blue eyes and very high stepping. He'll never make an endurance horse. And she took him down to 20 Mule Team and finished 20 Mule Team. And it made me realize that actually anybody can do it. You don't need these svelte, galloping, amazing looking Arabians. You can do all kinds of things with what you've got. It's just a case of being able to keep going steady and keep going. Christoph has not come past. No, I haven't seen Christoph. So anyway, so I saw her finish and I was like, this is doable. You don't have to be Superman to do this. I am right after Deadwood, maybe a quarter mile out. Oh, this is... I'm not sure who this is. Let's zoom out again. If anybody recognises them, please let me know. Hello! Oh, it's Nicole!
Hey, Nicole.
I don't recognise you, Nicole. This is our Nicole Wirtz, who is the daughter of Pat Chappell, who has the most finishes on the quarter horse, 13 finishes with Thunder's Lightning Bar mare. And Nicole's been riding hundreds. I mean, there's an example. She's been riding hundreds since she was a little kid, basically. And she has done an amazing job with the trail this year. She's basically in charge of making sure everybody is doing what they're supposed to be doing. And where's she gone? I've lost her. And basically trimming trail. There's so much trail work. And she has a full-time job. She works the trail, and she has a 100-mile fit horse who's running in the top front runners. So that gives you some idea. Okay, so I'm still scrolling. I haven't got to the bottom yet. 4 mules. 1 mule is pulled, apparently. Abigail Madden with Thumper got pulled. Good for you, Jules. Michael Imenta's mule, he was a nice looking mule. He came past us earlier on, and he was a steady Eddie getting the job done, so we wish them well. He was a little bit further back than I was comfortable with, so I don't know if he's going to get caught up by going over time, but the mule was lovely. He was a lovely thing. John Perry in the top 10. I think he's just outside the top 10. I'm just going by gut feeling. He's pretty close to it, but yeah, Diane, you you look at the stats. I don't have them in front of me. You're at home. Lots of work for crews. You can almost do it crewless. I have done hundreds pretty close to crewless. It's not the best thing to do. But usually people will help you if you need them to. And if you're organised, you can make it happen. Oh, no, my scroller thing's stopped working. It's not useful. There we go. Oh, Sun did get pulled. Oh, that's too bad. How many quarter... I don't know how many have competed. We started keeping a running database more recently. But as far as exactly how many, I don't know. I mean, we get them. I rode with a lady who had it was a quarter horse Arabian one year, and that was a nice horse. So they're out there. No, I believe Shane and Peyton Lesher are still riding their mules. The mental side of it, I can't see your whole post because it's disappearing and I can't go back. But yes, there's a mental side. You've basically got to, if you go into it, and I did it one time at Virginia City, I came in at 50 miles and thought, oh my God, I'm only halfway. And that is not the way to do it. You're literally going from one trough to the next. You know, I've ridden literally from phone pole to the next phone pole just to get us through. Lots of tiny bites. And Tevis is not for everyone. I mean, like I said, I have that one horse he was a good 100-mile horse, but he was not a Tevis horse. He would not have been safe on the trail. So, you know, if you don't have a horse that you can trust, oh, he's in 12th, John. Okay, thank you for that, Aaron. Yeah, if you don't have the right horse, then it just doesn't work. But equally, just because your horse isn't a svelte galloping Arabian, it doesn't mean you can't do it. It's been done. The biggest problem now is just the heat, because we lost so much of the tree cover. You're having to be very, very diligent with your cooling, and I mean, you heard them talking about how we've got 2,000 pounds of ice. This is one of the stops, and the next one that, oh, excuse me, where they all of that ice went to basically. Just to keep the horses cool. Yes, Thunder's Lightning Bar with Pat Chappelle, who is Nicole, who just went past his mother.
There we go.
Oh, here's the next one. This is Melissa Montgomery. Have to be careful, I don't fall off the end of the logs here. Hello! This is my perfect place to stand. Have a good ride, Melissa.
He's doing great.
Good.
Thank you. We'll see ya.
Melissa's a local rider. She lives just outside Auburn in the next town over. She trains horses. Oh, back under my umbrella. I've had problems with the phone overheating in the past, and then it just shuts down, and you guys are going to be very sad if that happens. What's the time? Ooh, we're getting close to our thing. Does anybody know if there's a big pile of horses coming? Because if there are not, I'm going to need to leave. If there's a big pile, I can kind of hang on by my fingernails. Yeah, this Starlinks have been a game changer, I tell you. Although Elephant's Trunk, I streamed that whole thing off my cell phone. I had the Starlink up as a backup in case the cell dropped, but it was brilliant. It was very cool. Okay, I think. I'm still trying to scroll to the end of the comments. I don't think I'm ever going to get there. Getting close. Getting close. Go, Melissa. 2 mules pulled. What are the temps there? What's our latest on the temperature? 94?
It is 92.
92! Oh, that breeze is doing the world of good. I believe Michael, our mentor on the other mule's son, Macho's son, is also. Taser should be next. Oh, Andrea. Andrea bred to Taser this year. Unfortunately, the mare didn't take, so she's sad. So she wants to see him come past. Be careful on the logs. Yeah, I'm frightened to death. I'm going to step off the end of them. I'm having to be very careful when I step over that direction. 4 horses, Devil's Thumb, according to the trackers. Are any of them Taser? Is the question. What mile am I at? I'm at mile 56, about a quarter mile past the Deadwood vet check. Hello, Todd. Todd Root in the comments. He is one of our radio guys at Forest Hill, and he volunteers every year and does an excellent job. I was going to say a village. It actually takes a town. Oh, we're low battery. Oh no. And they don't have the charger. That's what it does when it's so hot. That's the problem. So the battery may drop. I don't think I've got my... I think I left it in the car,
Oh,
like
can
a
you go
Dumby. No, because we've got to go in a second anyway.
You can switch to my phone. I got to choose.
I can't because you you need to be logged in as the
Right.
as the Tevis Cup, so we need to be better organised. Well, like I said, we were so tight on time because we got caught behind a bunch of vehicles coming out of Red Star.
You got one more?
This is not Taser. Sorry, Andrea, not Taser. I thought it was for a second. An exciting moment there. This is Kim. Hello. Keep eating. Keep eating. Keep eating. You're doing good. That's number 122. Unfortunately, do I have my list? Does Scott have his list?
Yeah.
Who is rider number 122? Let me get you in the picture. Oh, I know who that is. That is Laura Rye. She was one of our... Laura entered and then she pulled, and then the person who was going to ride that horse she's riding, he pulled, so she ended up riding it. So she's a lucky lady, is Laura. Lucky lady. Oh, how are we going to do this then? Spot tracker. Yeah, the spot trackers are going to be really hard because, like I said, because of the canyon. Oh, let's stay in the, he's moving the umbrella and trying to stay in the umbrella. Who are the gated horse riders? Anyone who can answer? Leah Dabby and Terry Zigalinsky are the only ones I know. Hayley Estevez in the front on the Rocky. That horse is not super gated. It is sort of gated, but not super gated. And Leah Dabby's horse also dropped quite a lot. So I think the only true gated is Charlie with Terry Zigalinsky. He's on a spotted saddle horse. I know that horse well. He was at my house for a while. Do you not see Taser? No, I know. That's the trouble. Who's the oldest rider? Somebody asked me that earlier. I'm sorry, I do not get those stats. I probably have them buried in the database somewhere, but it's not something that we track. And I think has Tamara Basing, and no, she has not come through because that's a nice looking horse. Where are we? Doesn't look great. No Atlas yet. Let's see the next stop. Ice packs. I've got ice packs. They're in the car, and I'm not in the car. That's the trouble. In the car with the charger for the phone. We catch him at Forest Hill. You will catch him at Forest Hill. And nearly at the bottom. It must be nearly at the bottom. Susie Hayes is incoming. Susie's another one who's been around the block. Susie's comes from Montana and comes every year, and she has some lovely horses. I've admired her. She has a Hall of Fame horse called Kuta Zizaru. Well, Kootenay Zizaru, the horse's nickname was Kuta. And Kuta was absolutely enormous, but he was so perfectly proportioned, you didn't know that until you got up close to him, and then we realised, this horse is enormous. And that was back in the early 2000s, though. Scrolling. I'm so on the fence. I need to get going because if we don't go, Cassandra DiMaggio is Taser's owner. And he's got a very good record. He's very easy to spot because he's got a wonky ear which he had from birth. So he's easy to spot in a crowd. And he's a nicely put together stallion as well. So if ever looking for a good endurance stallion, that's one. Yes, I know Hayley's on one. Like I said, that Rocky is I know he's probably a bit gated. I used to ride one that was a bit gated, but he mostly trots as far as I know. As number 24, I do not know who 24 is. You have to give me a name. I can do names, but not numbers, unfortunately. Oh, it's 2:35. Hush. Just hoping. Maybe we'll do the next horse, which hopefully will be the next 30 seconds. And then I've got to book it out of there. Ooh. Taser is a barn name. Yes. Yeah. Ask Andrea. Andrea will tell you all about Taser. I think I'm at the bottom. I think we need to go, guys. We'll give it another couple of minutes. That's all we're going to do, a couple of minutes, and then we got to go. You can leave your post. I'll leave my post. You can go shopping at the Tevis store, but you're going to have to pick it up at Michigan Bluff shortly when Courtney, who's over there, picks the next one up. Oh, Caroline Linkvist. I don't know what Caroline looks like, unfortunately, so that's a tricky one. She hasn't been passed yet. Whether she's close to coming past, I don't know. So a couple more minutes just to get the last one in. And it probably won't be Taser. Yeah, I'm hoping this Chicken Hawk site is going to be good because you kind of see the riders coming down through the Manzanita for a while. I haven't filmed it. I ran up and down the trail and got my friend to stand at the bottom and said things like, "Can you see me now? Can you see me now?" So hopefully she could see me most of the time. So I'm hoping that that's going to work. But there might be a lot of zooming in and out to make it work. So we'll see how it goes. The Crater Hill people haven't come through, so if she's with them, she definitely hasn't come through. Michelle Rouse should be actually pretty close, because she was kind of up there. Yeah, unfortunately, there's a lot of blonde hair and black t-shirts in the Crater Hill people, and I recognise some of them, but not all of them. So all I can say is, look, here are the Crater Hill people, but not be very much more useful than that. What time will I be at Chicken Hawk? I think I will be, I want to say 3:30, although that's getting less and less likely now. It looks like more like 3:45, perhaps. So we'll see. As soon as I get there, basically, I'll go live. And you might just look at empty bushes for a while. Let's see. Do we find you again? Yes, just go to the... Like I said, it's going to be a quick one because Courtney's going to be doing Michigan Bluff, and then I'm going to pick up the front runners as they come out of Chicken Hawk. So I'm going to boot Courtney off. And I think Courtney booted me off here last year because we were in a similar situation. So, not last year, but in a previous year. I think we're going to have to go, guys. Hey, Claudia. And Aaron Riley. They have Caroline with 29 place right now. Okay, thank you, Aaron. That's, I don't know how many horses have come past. Oh, and here's me. Hi! I'm going to go because this is silly and you're going to miss the front runners out of Chicken Hawk. So there's me and there's Scott. Woohoo!
Hello.
And we will see you in about an hour. Okay?